I've heard some men say women don't know what they want. This is simply not true. Women do know what they want. Problem is, sometimes they just want things that may not be realistic. It's important for you to know that when women reject men, they have their reasons, and these reasons are usually fundamental, meaning they apply to most women. If you understand these fundamental reasons, you will never stress getting women to like you again. So, what do women really want? Stay tuned as I count down 12 reasons why women reject men. No rhetoric, just facts. Number 12, weak conversation skills. I used to struggle with my conversational skills, especially when talking to women. All of a sudden, it feels like I forgot what I wanted to say. And other times, it feels like I'm fumbling real bad, making a clown of myself. Then there are those times when the conversation runs out of steam, and an awkward silence is all that's left, and I'm struggling to come up with another topic she'll find interesting. All to no avail. Sucks, right? That was way back then, man. Now things are different. I talk like a maestro because I understand what a good conversation needs. And boy, it worked like magic. Women will want to see you again and again if you can capture their interest with your conversation skills. You really need to avoid making the mistake of talking like you are reciting something you memorized, or talking as if you're afraid of her. It's also important that you don't talk too much. You need to be a sharpshooter, guy. Get her attention from the very first words you say to her. Instead of saying hello, why not jump right into something more interesting? If you want to get her attention instantly, say something about her. Make a comment about her that she would naturally want to respond to. For example, if she's out drinking, just go straight to asking her why she likes what she's drinking. Use anything and everything to get her talking, but be sleek and present yourself as a natural. Don't forget to make some jokes too. For women, a great conversation is one which you succeed in making them talk to you. Number 11, being too available. Okay, you already started relating with her and things seem to be going well so far. Now, you need to be careful because this is where many guys blow it. Don't get too carried away with the relationship. You still have to show you're a man who has other stuff going for him too. When you give a woman too much attention, it feels clingy, and you're actually suffocating her. She would run away from you because she does not need any man choking her time and attention up. Yeah, I understand you want to show her how much you love her, but be very, very careful, because checking up on her all the time may seem romantic initially, but it would soon turn annoying. Number 10, being a control freak. We're adults, and being an adult means we all want to have a say in what we do with our lives. But when we're in a relationship, compromises have to be made, but not at the expense of losing our freedom. Always remember that she's an adult and wants to have a say too. Reminds me of Peter, a good buddy of mine. Peter is that friend who always has good intentions but does not know how to get others involved. He just wants people to follow his lead because he thinks he's got it all figured out. He was always giving orders to his girlfriend as if she were an officer in his platoon, forgetting that she wanted to be heard too. Well, let us just say his girlfriend resigned from the relationship. She did not want to sign up to join the army. All she wanted was a loving partner. Be careful that you're not a control freak like Peter. Number 9, being too honest. This is a bit odd but important anyway. You would assume that honesty should always be a good thing, but there are times you need to keep it to yourself. Let me give you an example. If your girl asks you to rate her beauty and you know she's a 5 out of 10, it's better to not tell her the truth. She's beautiful to you, and that's what matters. Don't rate her against other ladies. Just let her know she's the only flower in your garden. The truth is not always welcomed and can cause more harm than good. This also means you need to keep some of your thoughts to yourself. Not everything is worth saying, even when it's honest. Just learn to overlook some things she does as long as it's not worth having a quarrel over. Now, we're about to take it up a notch, but first you gotta subscribe to the channel for pro tips like this. Number 8, being too nice. Women want men to be nice to them, but they don't want you to be a mindless Mr. Nice Guy who says yes to everything they ask for. As long as you say no to her occasionally when she's being unreasonable, then you prove that you are capable of making choices and not just a woman pleaser. Women don't like it when men are too desperate to please them. It makes them feel such men lack self-esteem. Number 7, asking uncomfortable questions. You must know that some topics are just not worth talking about. If you want a girl, then just don't bring up those topics. One of the topics you really don't need to be talking about is her past relationships. Don't go snooping for answers like Sherlock Holmes, because truth is her character now is what should matter most to you. And if you must find out about her past, do it in a way that she would be comfortable talking to you about it. Therefore, unless there's something to gain from discussing them, it's preferable to avoid delicate subjects altogether. Number 6. Demanding too much. The mistake men make here is that they overestimate themselves. That a girl smiles at you does not mean she's into you, and that a girl goes on one date with you does not make her your girlfriend. It's therefore important that you do not demand anything that's beyond the level of relationship you have with women. Be careful to honestly evaluate your relationship and not cross boundaries you're not supposed to. Number 5. Not paying attention to your looks. This is one of the biggest problems men have without even knowing it. See, you have to understand that when a woman is meeting you for the first time, she'll make her judgment about you from any information you give her. And the most powerful non-verbal hint she'll get is your appearance. If you look dirty and shabby, she would judge you based on that. So, always look your best. Look clean and groomed, and dress as nice as you can. But don't overdo it. Number 4. Lacking ambition. Women are drawn to competitive men and desire partners who can encourage them. This is especially true for high-value women who are working to better themselves. They'll expect you to be a man who's also working to be the best he can be. Number 3. Being too needy. Women want men to be men, not babies. So you don't get into a relationship with any lady expecting her to be your emotional support or burdening her with your problems. Men who prove that they can be happy even without women in their lives are more likely to look attractive to women than those who pursue relationships as if their lives depend on it. Number 2. Being boring. Get ready to bring some action into her life if you want to keep her. Life is hard enough, and we seek friendships that can add some spice to our lives, so it's perfectly normal to expect that women will prefer men that are fun, intriguing, and can always keep them interested. This doesn't mean you need to get a clown suit and entertain her. It only means you have to be a man that thinks forward and can always inspire a positive atmosphere. The best way to keep things interesting is to find activities you genuinely enjoy and create time to enjoy these activities together. Be the guy that makes plans and springs surprises, and she'll find it hard to get you off her mind. And number 1, being too emotional. We are emotional beings, so it would be impossible not to express emotions, but don't let emotions define you. When you're a man that's in control of his emotions, women feel safe around you, but they avoid overly emotional men. You don't have to react to things immediately as they happen. Take a breather before you express emotions in tense situations. It'll do you a lot more good than just making women like you. Hey bud, so are you guilty of doing some of these? Well, not all is lost. I want to help you build masculine habits that women find irresistible and attractive. Check out our next video on how you can build 6 habits that women find irresistible and attractive, even if you feel like you're not good enough. Let's win together, brother.